Al SoCal is first. Campervan, Roy, Don Larson Jr. What's up, you guys? That way, Merry Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. Andy Porkchop, Ogre Smoker, Randy Pinball, LVC. Leo Watcher, Shorty Macaroni, Matt R. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays. This is my Merry Christmas sweater. Hi, Sirius Black and Poppy. It's Sirius Black and Poppy. It is freezing in Los Angeles. It is raining, like actually raining. Poppy, we just went out for a piddle. There was a break in the rain. Daddy's been waiting for a break in the rain all day to take us out. We just ran out and then we ran back in for a quick piddle. Poppy, you smell like pee. Did your brother pee on your head? I think he might have. All right. Say hi to everybody, Poppy. Jay Watterson, what's up? It is raining. Listen, I'm going to go take a 4-hour shower. I think the drought is over in California. I don't know, man. They need to build about 37 more reservoirs. And what a lot of people don't know that are not from California is most of our water supply comes from the snowpack, because most of this water, after it seeps into the ground and goes into the reservoirs, it actually goes out to the Pacific Ocean. It goes into washes and goes down to Long Beach and LA River and so forth. So a lot of this water does not go into the water supply. The water that goes into the Sierra Nevada mountains and then melts during the springtime. Romer, what's up? Silver Diamond, Larry Boy, Lopez. Yeah, this is it. This is the sweater. This is the sweater, Missy Miss. Yes, hello. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, and for all you atheists, happy Thursday. So, bing, bing, bing. Figured we'd find a few people that were here. Seattle Judy, what's up? Come to Oregon. It rains for 8 to 9 months. I know. I lived in Vancouver, Washington for a year. 2D day. Poppy, try not to break shit. Here's my little photo calibrator for my monitor. We don't want to break that. No, we don't. AK Lady, what's up? Eric Johnston. Okay, Poppy, hi. You want to come back up? You want to come back up and say hi to everybody? Yes, BLLPL4B, or whatever your name is. So, in case you guys haven't heard, who has heard? Hello. So, a 14-year-old girl was shot and killed by the LAPD at the Burlington Coat Factory on Victory and Laurel Canyon today because they were shooting at somebody else inside the store, and the 14-year-old teenager girl was in a dressing room, and the shot penetrated the wall and killed her. You know what we call that in the world of policing, kids? Collateral damage. Going for the bad guy, man. Always use a gun. Always use the gun. We got a pepper spray, we got a taser, we got a baton. Let's go for the service gun. Let's go for the service gun first. Unbelievable. So let's where is two were killed. So apparently they killed the guy they were trying to kill. All right, I hate these websites that have all the pop-ups and all of that garbage. No, we're gonna go to CBS, where all you see is BS. All right, let's find the chat. There is one of the links. Yeah, they killed the girl and the suspect. So, assault suspect, teen girl killed by police. LAPD department officers fatally shot and killed a 14-year-old girl who was inside Burlington store in North Hollywood, as officers shot at a suspect who assaulted a woman earlier. They got the call around 11:45 a.m. Heard call from a person reported hearing arguing inside the store and shots fired. So I'd be curious if there were actual shots fired, or if it was just part of the. All right, let's see.
Next door in North Hollywood, beaten and bloodied. Just 2 days before Christmas, worried relatives
of those individuals indicated that they were sheltering in place and they were taking cover.
Police say officers encountered the suspect about to assault a second victim and opened fire, killing the suspect. A second person, a woman, was also shot and killed, but it's unclear who shot her.
We're at the very preliminary stages of this investigation. There's still a lot of surveillance video to review.
I'm only doing the audio.
To interview. We'll be looking at body-worn video.
Worried family members
Can you guys hear this?
converged on the store looking for answers. This man said his girlfriend and her sister were shopping at the time, and he couldn't get a hold of them. Police have not released any more details about the suspect or the victims. And back out here live, you can see LAPD up at the podium here. We're going to get an update now. We will take that live, and you can hear some more information on this fatal shooting. Here we go with LAPD.
Hello, my name is Dominic Choi. I'm Assistant Chief of LAPD, and I'm acting here for Chief Michael Moore today. Just want to provide a little update from what information you received earlier from Captain Stacy Spell. So we had a radio call here of an ADW suspect there now. Multiple radio calls came in. The call was upgraded to possible shots fired. When officers responded and went inside, they went upstairs in search of the suspect. Officers encountered the suspect, and during that encounter, an officer-involved shooting occurred. During that incident, the suspect was struck and passed from the gunfire. A subsequent search of the upper floor, we found a hole in the wall, and behind the drywall, solid wall that you can't see behind. We went behind it. It turned out to be the dressing room up there. And what we did is we were able to locate a 14-year-old female who was found deceased in that dressing room. Now, that's what we know now. These are tragic and unfortunate sequence of events. Our Force Investigation Division is here doing a complete and thorough investigation. Our Inspector General's office is here as well.
Cops investigating themselves.
The video, the CCTV, the body-worn video, but until we do that, we don't have any further information.
No, you have plenty of information. You have no further comment.
Preliminarily, we believe that round was an officer's round.
And what the
Suspect and the 14-year-old.
suspect had what kind of weapon and what was he doing that prompted the gunfire?
So we don't know exactly yet until we review all the video and interview the officers. We did locate a steel or metal cable lock, a very heavy lock, near the suspect, which we preliminarily believe was involved. We don't know how it was involved yet.
And so was the dressing room directly behind? Was it in the line of fire? Is that how this happened?
Yes, the dressing room was behind where the suspect was, in front of the officer.
And the officers did not know whether anybody was back there?
No, in my preliminary walk of the area, you can't see into the dressing rooms, and it just looks like a straight wall of drywall.
Did
And
the suspect have a gun?
Preliminary, we did not find a gun. However, until the coroner gets here and we do a full search of the suspect, that won't be definitive. But right now, we haven't located a firearm.
And the 14-year-old, were they with family? Was a parent here with them, or were they
Fucking tragic.
That I don't know yet.
And the 14-year-old was not with the original couple that may have been the target of the assault with a deadly weapon?
It's unknown at this time. We don't believe she was related to the person who was originally assaulted.
Do we think she was hiding to try to
I
get away?
really don't know. Again, until we interview the officers and look at the cameras. And
No gun.
Do we know a motive?
Body cam was turned on and it's available. So
Do we know a motive in this? What prompted this man to go into Burlington and assault people?
we don't.
Was
Not
he
at this
someone
time.
known to you? Someone who had problems
At this
before?
time, no. That is still yet to be determined.
So you don't know if he knew the woman he assaulted?
Yeah. We don't know if there was any type of connection or relationship between the woman that was assaulted, who was transported to the hospital, and the suspect.
And how is she?
Don't have an update on her yet, but she's still at the hospital.
Can you talk about the extent of her injuries?
Age, race, anything like that?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Adult, not a teen.
The suspect is a male adult.
Okay, the suspect was killed.
Yes.
Okay, shot by.
Some huge developments, and you've heard Christine Lazar asking all of those questions, and huge developments, Amy, in what
So maybe, just maybe, this might be the incident where we start taking 911 calls seriously and saying that you think you heard shots fired, but there was no gun on the suspect. This is the preliminary portion of the investigation. I do understand that, comma. However, they're giving us half of the story here. I guarantee you. There was no gun. That's right, Arstrology. The suspect is suspected of suspicion. Yeah, Michael, they get a call of a man assaulting people. Cops show up. Now 2 people are dead. So the only killers here are the cops. Body cam will show the cops fired profanities at the individual ready to kill. Yeah. So Sab and everybody that's familiar with the Valley, this is at the Burlington, Victory and Laurel Canyon on the northwest corner of that intersection. We've been there for DUI checkpoints. There's been a few that I've been down there with Denise. I don't think I've ever been there with Saab and Lucky Bear, but yes, I could order some In-N-Out burger somewhere. Narnia Railroad, what's up? So, Merry Christmas from the LAPD. LAPD shot and killed 2 people. I'm getting out of America, man. I gotta get out of here. Let's call North Hollywood Police Department.
You've reached the Los Angeles Police Department, North Hollywood Community Police Station. We are currently open. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911.
Really?
Para continuar en español, oprima el número 1.
Urale.
We are located at 11640 Burbank Boulevard in North Hollywood. The hours of operation for front desk services are 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily, 7 days a week. Please listen carefully.
14-year-old girl shot and killed by LAPD in the line of fire.
If you need to order a copy of a police report, please press 2 for the Records and Identification Division or hang up and dial area code 213-486-8130. If you need a Los Angeles City telephone number for other than police services, please press
311
or hang up and dial 311. If you need the Detective Division regarding a criminal investigation or vehicle impound during their normal business hours from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday, press 4. If you need the Senior Lead Office, press 5. If you would like to speak with a desk officer or make a telephonic report during their normal business hours from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily, press 6. If it is
God, that took a fucking minute and 15 seconds.
You have reached a voicemail box. To leave a voice message, press 1. To cancel and exit the system, press 9. Sorry, this mailbox is full. Please call back later. You have reached a voice messaging service. To leave a message, please re-enter the number of the person you are calling, followed by the pound key. If you are a subscriber to this service, press the pound key now.
Oh my God, of course. I don't think I've ever called the police department and had their voicemail full, but I mean, you know, I'm sure they're getting inundated with press inquiries and so forth, as they should. So, all right, it's getting a little blurry there. All right, I had a background thing running there. Sorry. Hopefully this will be better. Visual, I saw a little icon saying that the bandwidth was getting wonky. Yeah, those of you coming in late, I got a couple words to say. Merry Christmas, bitches. And who can tell me $5 PayPal if you can tell me who sent me this sweater, this ugly Christmas sweater? $5 PayPal. I'll look for the department link on Facebook. If they've probably got to be on there. There we go, baby, bam. There we go, kids. They're also on the Twitter. Here is the Twitter. Nope. Nobody's got any yes yet. Kevin Houlet says Johnny F. Face. No, but that is a good guess. And not Roscon. Not Denise. Not Genocide. Not Freeman. Not Tom Zebra. Oh my God. Firefighter Phillips. Nope. Oh my God. You guys are killing me, man. No. 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 Chief Beck. Dude, Chief Beck hasn't been chief for a while. It's what's his twat? No. Not furry. You guys. Yes, Miss Mia Lynn. I am glad I met everybody here too. Also, I am working on something very special for you guys. My God. No, it was not Cathcart. No. I am working on something very special for you guys that's going to be out in the next week or so. It's probably going to be at least an hour long, I'm guessing. So just buckle up. It's going to be nuts. Uh-oh, Ross Kahn has gotten an official logo, everybody. Look out. No, it was not Lucky Bear. Bing, 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 bing. Lingerie pillow fight models. No. Yes. So nobody's gotten it yet. I didn't think I was going to do $50 PayPal, but I figured no one's going to get it. Yeah, Matt R got it. AutoZone. Everybody get in the zone. AutoZone. I just love the fact that you can tell which people have been here. There's your loyalty. There's your frequent flyer miles right there to know who knows the inside jokes that go back, 2 years. So no, it's not Fache. It's not Bao. No, I don't think Living Spaces has any garments. I think they just have furniture and so forth, and quite a bit. They've got a whole entire warehouse actually of nice stuff. I really like. I like Living Spaces. No, it was not High Desert. It was not Nathaniel. It was not Dilbert. It was not Denise. Johnny Fache. No. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. I referred enough people to Costco that Costco sent it to me. No, not Winters. Detective Winters. No. Bet 747. What's up, man? No, not Ghost Rider, not PayPal Patty. Not my mother. Not Jimmy Dore. Sergeant at Valley Traffic Division, which Lieutenant Hom. No, it's not Clay Lacey, not SGV. Hand. Oh my God. Not Jen. Wow. Ross Khan, the question is $5 PayPal as to who sent me the Merry Christmas Bitches ugly Christmas sweater. Ann Burr, what's up? Not Silence Boy. Also, I am down 40 pounds. I am down to about like 207. I was 245, man. So, oh my God, Freeman's wife. No, not Pug Face. I'm surprised nobody has guessed Sonia. Jay Waters. What? I don't even know. No, not John Felix. Not Tommy Wood. Yes, you can see it in my neck. I gain a lot of weight in my neck. Like when I go in for dress shirts, and I mean I need to get like a 17. Like I got like a Tony Soprano neck. Like I gain a lot of weight in my neck, which is just weird. It also messes with sleep apnea. Somebody super chatted. Thank you. It doesn't say who. Sorry. A cop showed up at my job because I said I was reckless driving. Funny thing, the person who called threw ice at my car and I'm in trouble. Is that real? Is that email me. We'll try to. There we go. Not James Madison. Lily, I don't answer questions. Roscon, did Professional Douche send it to? No, but that is a good that is a really good guess, and I'm surprised nobody else guessed Michael Picard. Dude, intermittent fasting plus keto, man. I'm telling you, dude. Unbelievable. I'm eating one meal a day, and no, it was not Bell. Was not Lackluster, not Rice Krispie, not Eric Garcetti. Oh my God. Nope. Not Rogue Nation. Parker Osmond, no. Oh my God, Catilla, no. Not PayPal Patrick. Yes, JJ got it. It's Jean-Luc Picard. Picard. Was it Jason Hardwood? No, it was not. But thank you for the super chat. Redacted. All right. So what do you guys think? So you guys that are coming in late, there are 2 people dead at the Burlington. Is it called Burlington Code Factory, or is it just called Burlington now? Like it's just one word. It was 2 people are dead. Somebody said that they thought they heard arguing and somebody was assaulted, and they said they thought they heard gunshots. So LAPD came in all ready to go, and they shot and killed the suspect. And then they killed a 14-year-old girl who was in a dressing room behind some drywall behind the suspect that they had no idea. So pew, 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 pew. Listen, I'm not a big gun guy, but I do own guns. And one of the first things that you learn about guns is that you never point it. You always try to know what's downrange. Isn't that like gun 101? Also, no, I don't even know if I want to get it. Do we want to get into the Alec Baldwin gun debate? Yes or no on the No, not Mr. Checkpoint, but good. Was not M-Star. It's just Burlington. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh my God, that's so funny. Unless you're the LAPD, Dilbert. Not Ricky Monday. Okay. So, all right, we're going Alec Baldwin. Okay. I watched there's a guy's YouTube channel. He had like 700,000 views in a day. He's a big gun guy. He had the actual gun that Alec Baldwin had on set of Rust, and just to prove that Alec Baldwin was a liar and that it couldn't fire on its own and so forth. So I went in and commented, and I have commented to some other people on YouTube that are talking about, oh, it's about time all the libs get owned, all the gun haters get owned. You never point a gun, even a gun with blanks, you never point a gun at anybody. Who thinks that statement? No, it was not DPN. Who thinks that statement is kind of ridiculous in the world of the entertainment industry? Anybody? Oh, absolutely. The prop master and the armorer is going to go to jail. I mean, that. Okay. I agree. That is one of the first things that you learn in gun safety class, is always to treat the gun as if it's loaded with live ammo. Was not Phoenix Auditor. Okay, let me ask you guys this question. Have you guys ever watched television with gunplay? Have you guys ever seen a movie with guns in it? I've never seen this movie, but I've seen all of the highlights. Sicario. Anybody seen that movie? Anybody seen The Matrix? Paul Revere, thank you. Baldwin possession of the weapon in his responsibility period. And absolutely. Also, what people are not realizing is that Alec Baldwin was one of the producers on Rust. So fish stinks from the head down. There's God, the director, executive producer, and then producer. Nope, not News Now, California. So have you guys, so I got into this debate with people on YouTube, shocker, in the comments section on this gun guys thing, saying people, okay, I am not even kidding you. I'm going to try to find they say movies and television, when you see a gun pointed at somebody, it's not really pointed at that person. There are camera angles to manipulate where the barrel of the gun is actually aimed, so it looks like it's pointed at the person, but it's never pointed at that person. That is complete, total, and utter bullshit. Absolute. I'm gonna find this fucking. Talk amongst yourselves. I am going to find it. Do you guys know how stupid you sound when you say that no one ever points a gun at somebody on a set, on a TV show? You know how stupid you sound? How many scenes have you guys ever seen where there's an actual gun pointed to put against somebody's temple or their forehead? You guys ever seen one of those movies or TV shows? Because they're out there. God, we're going way back here. Only mildly obsessed. Come on. I don't know. I can't. I'll look for it here again in a minute. Let me check the chat. So, all right. Okay, this is going to be. Let's see. All right. Check out this link I'm going to put in the chat, you guys. Thank you, Fakshay. How do they explain suicide scenes with the pointing at their head or even in their mouth? Yeah, that's a really good question. Deer Hunter, Sopranos. So, so I don't even know. Is this linkable? Like, is this a hyperlink? Yes, it is. So tell me once again how that's a manipulation of a camera angle How stupid do you need to be? Because there were multiple people arguing with me saying that people don't point real guns at people in the movies or television. It is all done with angles. How stupid and ignorant do you have to be? All right, hold on. I am going on a deep dive. A lot of videos. A lot of videos on Alec Baldwin. And a lot of people with gun channels. I would think that you would get pretty shadow banned by YouTube. Sorry, guys. So yeah, this guy is a gun expert on YouTube here, and of course he's saying they don't point real guns at people, and so all right. I can't find it, but it had close to 1 million views within the first day. So it's a guy's channel. It's somebody that has a very popular gun channel. And his face, the YouTuber's face is on the thumbnail. Can't find it, but I mean, it's just so stupid. It's just so stupid. All right. Jay Watterson, are you the first to say this? Jay Watterson, you are the winner. Ohio Guardian. Email me your PayPal. Just finished The Punisher, nothing but guns pointed everywhere. Exactly. I just don't understand. Yeah, guns get pointed. Thank you for the super chat, Paul. Yeah, ultimately it's your responsibility, especially if you're the producer. Yeah, blanks can still kill you. There was somebody that put a gun to his head with blanks saying, look, it's just a blank, and killed himself from the concussion. Sirius Black is on his way in. Say hi to everybody, Sirius Black. Oh my God, are you wet? Is it rainy outside, boo? Is it a little bit wet? It's 10:40. You ready to go to bed in a little bit? You ready to go to bed in a little bit, boo boo? So that's right. Guns don't kill people. LAPD kills people. All right, hold on. So, Ross Khan, you're looking in the camera and blow me a kiss, Johnny? Ross Khan. The dogs are all right. Poppy's still got cancer, and Sirius has whatever he has. He's got something wrong with his stomach. He's got some kind of mass in his stomach, but so okay. The holidays are coming up. Remember this. This is real world advice for fun and for free from J50 Juanito 50. Families like fish. They're good for 3 days. Get in, get out. Don't go for a week. KNRW Storm Chasers Radio, Kearney, Nebraska. What's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Way too many words, way too many syllables. Can we just narrow this down? I'd be curious to find out about the gun accident. They did months of training for heat. Dun, 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 dun. So I just don't understand how stupid that you need to be. How much of a gun rights defender do you need to be to say that they don't point guns at people in Hollywood, on television or in movies? You got to be dumber than a bag of shit. Yep. You guys remember the Trader Joe's incident where they were shooting at a guy? They shot the manager of a female at Trader Joe's over in like Silver Lake, down by Dodger Stadium. All right, so those of you that are coming in late, LAPD shows up to Burlington Coat Factory over an assault. They shoot and kill the assaulter and inadvertently shoot and kill a 14-year-old girl in a dressing room behind some drywall outside of visual range. This happened this afternoon or around 11:45. So this morning here in Los Angeles. Joe Cool, what's up, man? Googly eyes. What's frangible rounds? Is that like the like kind of shotgun pellets, the shit that disperses and won't penetrate fucking walls? That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know enough about guns, nor do I care. Yeah. So got a new video going up. So I've also been I've been putting up YouTube shorts. If you guys haven't noticed, and those have been a big hit. Little under 60-second clips, and they get out to a different audience beyond the 1A audience. So trying to expand the horizons a little bit. Also 2022, gonna start shooting chicks again, and I'm gonna be creating an entirely new channel dedicated to behind the scenes photography stuff. So I know I've mentioned that already. And yes, they could, Jason. Although I have seen, in defense of blanks, I have seen one guy that works in the business who was showing the kick coupled with the flash and the powder. I mean, not that you can't, there's only so much stuff that you can do in post. Yeah, so LAPD shot and killed a 14-year-old girl in a line of fire. No, Dilbert, different people. I think every one of those people on that bomb squad were got fired. Dina, this sweater came from Ohio Guardian. Merry Christmas, bitches. And it only took the chat about 30 minutes to figure it out. I love the people that say, why am I muted when they're not muted? Yes, I haven't been doing a lot of cop watching though lately, but I'll still be going out from time to time. When do we get to see Miss Mia Lynn photo shoot calendar? I don't know. She's been ghosting me. All seeing eye. Allison. Yeah, so I just tried to call the North Hollywood LAPD to try to congratulate all of our boys in blue that are getting a bad rap for pew-pewing in public and killing 14-year-old girls 2 days before Christmas. I know, I'm just busting balls. Yeah, I'm going to be going out with Mr. Checkpoint. I mean, we'll probably like do some holding hands and, you know, some heavy petting, but nothing, no eye contact though. But yeah, we're going to be going out shooting. Also, I'm going to be going out with Film Police LA, which I've never met nor have I ever filmed with. So we're going to be going out as well, hopefully. So that should be good. That guy's out all the time, man, in Hollywood. Yes, also, Cal, they do. That's cool. $250,000 on small homes, which doesn't really get you that much. I got to move out of America, man. Seriously. America is on a fast track to becoming a third world country. How on earth, with the bloodlust that America has over the last 200 years and how many years we've been at war, active war, do we treat our veterans so poorly when they come back, when we have 22, and I'm sure that number is greater than 22 vets per day taking their own life from the horrific shit that they saw overseas. Just remember, war is good business. Not for me and you or for any of the vets. I mean, I didn't serve, so but any of the combat veterans, you got the short end of the stick. War is really good business for the ruling elite and people that run the military industrial complex. And let's face it, when you run the military industrial complex, it doesn't matter who wins or who loses, you're supplying both sides. Ponder that tonight when you go before you fall asleep tonight. Healthcare. We're being lied to. America, we're being lied to. Talk to your friends that live outside of the United States. We are completely being lied to. Our food is poisoned. We have so many ingredients that are banned in other countries that are perfectly fine here. That's a really good point, Dennis Reisman. I talked about that earlier. I said the police are issued pepper spray, a baton, a taser, numbers. You know, they can bring 8 cops to try to get somebody. But they always go for the gun. I'll find you a little. Let's. All right. All right, let's watch this video, you guys. This is in London. I'm sure many of you have seen this video. I got to switch on the headphones because we're going to be doing audio. All right. All right, tell me if the audio works.
From the UK, an amazing video for...
Is the audio working? Paul E., what's up? Audio works. Okay, let's watch this. It's a man with a knife in the UK.
edged weapon training.
Machete.
London police engaged with a distraught man wielding not scissors or a knife, but a machete, all captured on a smartphone from across the street.
With no stabilization.
His ability to move is not completely obstructed by either the officers or by the vehicles, but he is more or less surrounded. You can see the man pacing around on the street or moving forwards and backwards, side to side, front and back, each of them trying to continue to verbally de-escalate the situation over a period of time. You could probably say they've contained him without restraining him. And they keep this situation going backwards and forwards for some minutes whilst other officers are bringing what we would call public order shields to the location.
I call them Call of Duty.
And they move towards him so that there's no way he's going to be able to use
Look at that.
to go anywhere else.
I mean, there's 60 cops, but LAPD does that.
From him, and then he's stood up and handcuffed and detained.
The incident ends with a man taken to hospital.
Rather than the
Do you
morgue.
think that man would have survived in North America?
No, he wouldn't have survived. Wouldn't have survived a couple of minutes, probably.
So what's to be learned from that?
Well, it is doable without firing.
Oh my, stop. Stop with the truth. Nobody wants to hear the truth. Yeah, I think America is on a fast track to becoming a third world country, and I don't know, man. I think that there's. Do you know why? Do you know why Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos don't go on social media and try to promote how great billionaires are? You know why that is? Because he has millions of Americans that are willing to do it for him. There's two kinds of people in the world, kids. There's suckers and billionaires. Which one are you? Yes, Acme Net Launcher for the win. Accountability Angel, what's up? Where's the video? Russian cops go through the front, back, all four sides of windows, head first to grab a guy. I don't know. So the healthcare in this country is ridiculous, but so I saw a guy doing a TikTok. Let me play the TikTok. All you need to hear is the audio. I think I have it here saved somewhere. And he's talking about taxes because everybody flips out and says, "Oh, in Canada, you have you've got socialized medicine, but you pay a lot of taxes, eh? In the UK, you pay a lot of taxes. In Europe, you pay a lot of taxes. You pay all your money goes to taxes." Thank you, Ross. Look up in Neuralink, Elon Musk, when you get a chance. Thank you. I will wake up America and resist. Johnny, that snowflake sweater is so unfitting, my friend. It says Merry Christmas, bitches. It is an ugly Christmas sweater. Wake up America. It is supposed to be ugly. No, I haven't seen that one. Okay. Taxes in the United States versus the EU. All you need is the audio here.
And while you might think the reason American tax dollars don't fund as many services is because we pay lower taxes than other countries, that's not even true. When you add federal, state, local, and sales taxes and include other costs and services that our taxes don't cover but other countries' taxes do, like our uniquely high health insurance premiums, you'll find that Americans actually give away more of their wages than most of the developed world. For example, in Canada, For a married worker with 2 kids, all of the previously mentioned costs combined, from taxes to health insurance premiums, make up only 11% of the average wage. In the UK, it's just about 26%. Meanwhile, once you tack on the cost of our outlandish health insurance premiums, you're spending a whopping 43% of your paycheck. That's more than France, Finland, Sweden, and Norway. In real reality, Americans keep much less of what we own than in other countries. In other countries, their government takes a bit more tax, but then gives that money back to their citizens in the form of health care or job support, or a general safety net for all vulnerable citizens, no matter how dusky they are. So what do Americans get for the money we pay in? Well, sure, we get a crumbling infrastructure, shameful homelessness, and millions of hungry, neglected children, but we also get some of the worst services in the developed world. Again, our healthcare. American health. And while you might think the reason American...
So that's just part 1 there. So I'm sure that there's other parts to that. So, yeah. So the argument is that we can't do what the rest of the world has done with providing healthcare and basic benefits. Okay, let me ask you this question. So everybody's up in arms over the smash and grab robberies and all of the flash mob robberies and so forth. Let me ask you this question, you guys. Have any of those types of crimes, are they being perpetrated in any other country other than the United States, any other first world country? Is Finland having smash and grab robberies? Is New Zealand having smash and grab robberies? No, because they have the safety net, and God forbid the people, the ruling elite, have labeled it socialism. And that's a bad word in this country. Police and fire department are socialism. Paved roads are socialism. You didn't pave that road. You didn't build that bridge. There's billionaires and suckers. And people don't realize prior to 86, we had municipal, county, and a state medical system. Private hospitals were rare. Yeah. Oh, geez. Baby daddy. Baby daddy in the house. So, yeah. So, Americans, we think we're not paying a lot. We might not be paying a lot in taxes, but we're paying a lot. Do you understand that people in the rest of the world have no idea what a copay is? Do you understand how many GoFundMes have you guys seen for people's medical care and or final expenses after they died because they couldn't get actual medical care in the United States? People in the developed world look at us and laugh at us going, what is GoFundMe? Or what is wrong with you guys? What is wrong with you guys? Also, all right, let's find another. Let's find a come on, where is seriously? All right. Let's see if this is the one that I'm thinking of.
Tax dollars don't fund as many services is because we pay low. Because you had a bad day.
Come on, no. Fucking TikTok. Really? How many people think drugs are bad? Do you guys understand what the Nixon administration did to create the war on drugs?
We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black. But by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana and blacks with heroin, and then criminalizing both heavily, we could disrupt those communities. We could arrest their leaders, raid their homes, break up their meetings, and vilify them night after night on the evening news. Did we know we were lying about the drugs? Of course we did.
That's a real quote.
Yeah, that's a real quote.
It's a real quote.
Nixon started the war on drugs to bully his political enemies and minorities. His own aide admitted it.
I can't believe I've been teaching this to children. At least it's better now, right?
You wish. Despite laws being loosened in a few states, mandatory minimums are still in effect all across the country, and marijuana still counts for nearly half of all drug arrests. And despite the fact that white and black people smoke at basically the same rate, black people are 4 times as likely to be arrested for marijuana. Look, we know for a fact that weed isn't dangerous, but we're still following racist old laws and throwing countless people of color in prison for no reason.
James Freeman. I could be wrong on the exact stats, but in Denmark, when you find out that you're pregnant, you and your wife are off of work from that point on. And then you are issued a nanny by the government to come in to help. Pollyanna, our NHS is not perfect, but we never worry about bills. Yep. Oh, of course, dude. I mean, that's given. I mean, the crack cocaine epidemic that hit the hood in probably 82 to 84, that was all CIA, also to keep a certain element of the population suppressed. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so Sapien Haggis does not live. He is from the great country of Scotland, and I'm telling you, man, you guys got to get out of you guys got to stop being only surrounded by Americans. You guys got to start looking out. You guys get these guys' phone numbers, call them on WhatsApp internationally or Facebook. Start talking to some people outside of the United States, people, to gain some perspective on how the rest of the world laughs at us. Yeah. Yeah, snap phase. I got my Merry Christmas bitches shirt on, of my ugly Christmas sweater. All right, hold on. I want to find something else. Also, I mean, you guys know that that the CIA was trying to do false flag operations inside America right before when the Cuban Missile Crisis was about to take place. You guys know about that, right? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I don't know where that other on, I'm gonna find this. Come on. What is wrong with this thing? It's too busy spying on me. Also, you guys have seen the in the meantime, let's do this one. This is a TikTok on thank you, Paul Revere. Surprised, vanished by Annie Jacobson. The lines how Muammar Gaddafi, USAID officer Edwin P. Wilson to hire Green Beret to kill Lebanese nationals living in Colorado. Yeah, I mean that kind of stuff happens. That kind of stuff happens daily. If you guys don't think that the U.S. Navy SEALs and Army Rangers and Green Berets, if you don't think that they are in countries that you would be shocked about doing ops, killing people right now in real time, you're crazy. If you don't think that the U.S. Navy SEALs are actively involved in the Philippines killing Al Qaeda, you're crazy. Dude, what is phone is completely crapping out. I'm gonna restart my phone. One of the things, there was a TikTok, I've got it saved somewhere, and they said, and this was fascinating, and this guy said, you know, and this, because I've always asked the chat, says for the 4 years that I've had my channel, I'm always like, why are there people from outside the United States watching? Like, what was it, just this train wreck? Is it just like, oh, I'm bored? What is the purpose of this? And this guy makes the correlation, and he says, it's sort of like how so many women are obsessed with true crime because they, in the back of their mind, they've already worked out scenarios of what they're going to do, like never be taken to a second location, you know, how to get out of the zip ties. You know, if you smash your arms a certain way, you can get out of the zip ties and so forth. And they said, so along the same lines as how women watch true crime, so in case anything horrific ever happens to them, they'll have hopefully maybe one leg up on to be able to extricate themselves from said situation. He said the same thing applies to people that are watching the United States from outside the United States. So there's looking at it going, that's a complete train wreck. And if that ever happens here, we know it's end times and we know what to look for. Agree or disagree? Okay, this is a cop trainer talking about the joy of killing people.
It's just not that big a deal. There's no wrong way to respond to killing. There's many ways people respond, and they're all the same. They're all okay. But if you could choose how you responded, I think you'd want to feel good about it, yeah? The satisfaction. Some people feel bad, they don't feel bad, yeah? Some people feel bad, they feel good about it, yeah? LAPD brought me out to do in-service day for the detective. LAPD detective in-service day is 600 people. One crusty old detective came up. She said, Colonel, you're the first one in 20 years to tell me it's okay to not feel bad about killing that guy. Yeah.
Let's everybody feel good about killing people. I'll take sociopath, a psychopath, actually, for 800, Alex. Yeah. All right, I'm going to try to find one more here.
It's just not that big a deal.
What is wrong with this?
There's no wrong way to respond to killing. There's many ways people respond to.
Oh my God. Fucking TikTok. Wow, that is totally bizarre. Hold on. Yeah, page not available, of course. That video got deleted, so oh my God. Lloyd Van Hoosier, what's up? Paul Revere, his book on killing is millsplaining how it's okay to feel remorseless about killing foreigners on behalf of the banks. Pretty much. Absolutely. And a more recent version is that we talk about all the time is the police shootout in 97, spring of 97, where now cops can't just have handguns. Now they need long guns. And they need MRAPs. Jen, wow, what's up? I don't know. I generally sometimes see tags of myself, but not all the time. So, yeah, the Bank of America on Victory, probably about a half a click north of Victory on Laurel Canyon. Boo, 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 boo. J. Fowles, Caps for President. Thank you, Googly. Thank you for super chat. You guys playing Caldera, Call of Duty, the new map? I think it's all right. It's gotten a lot of flack, but I played a couple games of Plunder on there. Had some fun. Oh, absolutely. False flags going on left and right, man. Blame somebody else. Thank you very much. It says Merry Christmas, bitches. It came from Ohio Guardian. Dun, dun, dun. Totally nuts. Mia, why have you been unable to play? Technical. Accountability. Accountability is from outside the United States. Dude, I'm telling you, you will hear this. You will never hear this inside the United States. The problem with America is that it's full of Americans. You'll never hear that shit inside the confines of the geography of the United States. Yeah, don't even. Yeah, so those of you coming in late, LAPD shot and killed a 14-year-old girl this morning. Collateral damage on a suspect that they have they haven't found a gun on the guy yet, even though the 911 call said that they thought they heard shots fired. Listen, if the United States would invade a country, what the United States does to its people, we would invade a country of what the United States is doing to its people. Elaine C., what's up? Yes, Lauren, click the link. 14-year-old girl was in a changing room. So she was behind drywall. They didn't see her downrange, but they just started pew, 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 pew. Shot and killed the suspect, and a couple of stray rounds killed the 14-year-old girl 2 days before Christmas. Boo, boo, boo. Thank you, Fasha. Americans will always do the right thing only after they have tried everything else. Yep. There you go. Just call 911, say they have a gun. Or you want a welfare check on them. They said they were suicidal. No, I haven't heard from him, but I don't get out much. So, anybody else? Leo Watch, that was at the Trader Joe's over in Silver Lake. Yeah, somebody brought that up earlier in the chat. So, Val Montoya, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, all your atheists, Happy Thursday. It's still Thursday here in Los Angeles. It's 23:21 p.m. 51 degrees in North Hollywood. It's supposed to rain for a while still. Yeah, the homelessness problem is just, it's just heartbreaking. Yeah, the guy in the wheelchair too. Yeah, I don't even get me started there. Dude, it was a bioweapon, dude. I mean, you saw them leaving with several packages from what is the Guatemala House of Culture or whatever. Oh yeah, it's a whole solstice. So so all the days are getting longer from this point on. Yes, Dilbert, as of 2 days ago, as of the 21st. Listen, if you don't think that there's a uprising on par with like the French Revolution coming to America from the income inequality, you're delusional. You know what's really interesting? Actually, there is change, but it is the system. I did not realize this. I have a friend of mine who is a PhD, and she teaches at USC. She teaches Native American culture in movies. And she told me that the Black Panthers in the 60s, some of them would be going to law school. They would just drive around. I don't know if they had a scanner or not. I don't know what kind of radio systems that they had in the mid 60s. But they would drive around, especially the poor areas in Los Angeles, and they would watch the police, they would get out and they would document. And I don't know exactly how, if they had still cameras, if they had audio recorders. I don't know the specifics. I would love to know that, because she was like, oh, the Black Panthers were cop watching in the 60s. So, and everybody knows that the Black Panthers are the reason that California is no longer an open carry state, right? I know you're thinking to yourself, California? You mean that was an open carry state? Oh, yes, California was an open carry state. And it wasn't until Black people, militant Black people, started open carrying that Governor Ronald Reagan said, yeah, no more of that. No more of that. Facts, facts, facts. Nicole who? From my website? The one behind the door is. Yep. Bell was watching a documentary on Malcolm X, and his right-hand man was an undercover FBI agent that had infiltrated. If you don't think that the government has infiltrated police accountability, good luck. When did the media get bought off in this country? It's always been a partner of corruption. I think it's always been a partner of corruption, but there were, I think, 40 to 50 different media companies in the early 80s, like 82, 83, and now there's, what, 6? So if I were a billionaire, one of the greatest political cartoons that I ever saw, I've mentioned this on my live streams before, one of the greatest political cartoons that I ever saw was a big old rich white guy. They were sitting at a round table, and there's a black guy, blue collar black guy, and a blue collar white guy sitting at this table with the CEO type, Mr. Moneybags kind of guy. And there's a dozen donuts on the table. The CEO takes 11 donuts. He turns to the white guy and says, "Watch out, that black guy wants your donut." That's America summed up perfectly. The rich have pitted white people against black people, Democrats versus Republicans. If we're all fighting, we don't get to pull the curtain on Oz when we're all preoccupied fighting amongst ourselves. Brilliant strategy. You know what? That's fucked up, Ross Kahn. You wouldn't help us? You wouldn't help Dilbert? I see where your priorities are, Ross Kahn. Children. What are you, Chatio? Oh. Paul, thank you for the super chat. Operation Mockingbird and journalism. I'm not familiar with Operation Mockingbird. Please give me the Reader's Digest condensed. Yeah, don't even get me started, Joe Cole. Okay, since you were still here, who wants their head to completely explode?
People live.
All right. Hold on. Hopefully there are yeses.
People live.
All right. You guys are going to accuse me of being a fucking... No hate. Fashe, thank you. Bezos said he started spending on space projects because he couldn't find anything else to do with financial winnings. That's what's wrong with capitalism. Okay, just a brief rundown, kids. Remember, capitalism, anybody can be rich, and we have abject poverty. Communism, nobody's rich, nobody's poor. Democratic socialism, anybody can be rich, and nobody's poor. There's a safety net. But the ruling elite have told you that socialism is bad. The rest of the world's doing it successfully, especially when it comes to healthcare. Ross. All right, hold on. Let me how many people think that the abortion argument, we're not going to get into the abortion argument here, it's moot. How many people think that the abortion argument is based on white supremacy? Yes or no? Tell me if you can hear the audio. Hold on. Can you hear the audio?
You need to realize that there are more children attending segregated schools in the United States today than there were previous to Brown versus Board of Education.
Yes or no? Okay, here we go.
And that's a fact. You need to realize that it is not the intent of white people to let this situation change in favor of anyone but themselves. And right now, white people are really frightened. If you don't understand the destruction of Planned Parenthood offices, and you don't understand the wall that we're going to build on the southern border of the United States, you haven't read the book, The Birth Dearth by Ben Wattenberg. Ben Wattenberg was a brilliant Jewish man who was a member of the American Enterprise Institute. And he wrote a book, the first paragraph of which says, the main problem confronting the United States today is there aren't enough white babies being born in this country. He was an advisor to presidents of the United States. He wrote the book in 1987. He says if we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be a white man's land. Now, I'm not misrepresenting this. I'm telling you almost exactly what he says. He says there are three things we can do to solve this. Number one, we could pay women to have babies, as they have been doing in Western European nations for years. Then he says, and these are his words, not mine, unfortunately, we would have to pay women of all colors to have babies, so we don't want to do that. He says the second thing we could do is increase the number of legal immigrants that are allowed into this country every year. Then once again, he says, unfortunately, the vast majority of those wanting to come to this country today are people of color, so we don't want to do that. The third thing he says, and white women had better pay attention to this, 60% of the fetuses that are aborted every year are white. If we could keep that 60% alive, that would solve our birth dearth. Does that sound like racism to you? And if it doesn't, I want to know why it doesn't. If it doesn't, you don't understand what racism is. And I think it does. When we close Planned Parenthood clinics because we think they're there only for abortion, we need to take another look. They are used for many, many, many things, and many women need the things that they can get from Planned Parenthood clinics. But we are willing to do away with all that good to avoid allowing white women to have control of their own bodies. Now, nobody had better tell one of my daughters or granddaughters what they can do with their body. You haven't that right. Now, it would be interesting if we were as concerned about sperm cells, wouldn't it?
I'm going to post this link in the chat, or what we just watched. That's Jane Elliott. Let's. All right, let's do this one. Listen up, 60-second clip, kids.
I want every white person in this room who would be happy to be treated as this society in general treats our citizens, our black citizens. If you, as a white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our black citizens do in this society, please stand. You didn't understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it to happen for others.
Mic drop. Here's that clip. That's Jane Elliott. If you're unfamiliar with the blue-eyed, brown-eyed experiment, strap on. Hold on to your seats. Thank you, Ross Kahn, for a super chat. She's just a race bear. Okay. $50. You're white, John Connolly. That's. And listen, we've been brainwashed. We've been brainwashed in the United States for white supremacy. That's all there is. It's really simple. If you don't think that that's the case, you know. So, yeah. All right. We're going on hour 40. We can still hang out if you guys want to hang out. I don't know. But this country, between income inequality, healthcare, the level of division that the ruling elite are causing, there's people that are not going to Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner over to their parents' houses because of politics. That didn't happen 10 years ago. All right. So Jane Elliott did the blue-eyed, brown-eyed experiment where she takes people with brown eyes and treats them with privilege. the way that blue-eyed and green-eyed and blonde-haired people are treated in this society. And anybody with blue eyes, green eyes are treated the way that people of color, disabled people, other minorities, gay people, LGBTQ are treated in this country. And guess what happens when these white people with the blue eyes and the green eyes are kept down for 4 hours, 6 hours, because it's a all day experiment. Guess what happens? They flip out, they throw chairs, they throw tantrums, and they scream foul. Absolutely, Gloria. And welcome to the chat. I haven't seen you here before. Stuff is good, but this Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk money, there should be a limit when Americans are suffering. The volume of Americans are suffering at the level that Americans are suffering. Yeah, perfectly said. I'm 16, Allie. Income inequality. Do you work for Elon Musk? Are you doing his bidding for him? How many people want to bet that John Connolly is white? I got $50. It's okay, man. I grew up in a racist household. My dad threw the N-word around like it was, so did I through college. And then I learned the error of my ways. My high school was 99% white. My college was 90% white. Oh. So the adult version of Jane Elliott. Okay, let's watch some Jane Elliott stuff. Thank you, Redacted. Absolutely. I'm not saying that you hate anybody. I'm just saying that I understand what it's like to be white and to think that, oh, there's no such thing as white privilege. White privilege doesn't exist. I didn't get any college loans or blah, 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 blah. I had to work 4 jobs in college and blah, blah. No. White privilege has nothing to do with that. It has to do with other stuff here. It's all right. Let's All right, let's do this one. All right, this is part 2 of a 1992 Oprah Winfrey show discussing racism. So I don't know where part 1 is. We can try to find it. In the meantime, all right, tell me if the audio works.
I think you need to explain something that I think maybe got not heard as well as it should have, Jane. Jane said just a few minutes ago that if you were raised white in America and you are not prejudiced, then you would be a miracle. It would be a miracle to not be prejudiced. And explain what you meant by that.
It would mean that the school system had failed, because the school system in this country is about maintaining the status quo. And in this country, it is white supremacy. That is one of the things we teach in the schools. And we teach it in lots and lots of ways. How many of you have ever had a teacher say to you, when I see people, I don't see people as black or brown or red or yellow. I just see people as people. How many of you have ever heard that statement? How many of you have ever
Gloria
made
just
that
said
statement?
it earlier today. Gloria just said, I don't see color.
I don't see color. Isn't that wonderful? How many of you have ever heard a teacher say this? I don't care if you're black or brown or green with purple stripes. I'm going to treat you all the same. Ever heard that one? Now, how many of you have ever seen earthlings that were green with purple stripes? You see, that's a very serious statement to make, because you are lumping all people of color with aliens. And it's what we do in this country. We consider those who are people of color not really citizens of this country. How many of you have heard this one? I think we should just ignore differences and talk about how we're all alike inside. Okay? Now, I want you to see something. You stand up here, please. Just stand right there. Put your black shoe right beside my black shoe. Now, do people see any differences between us? What's the first one you notice? Height. Is your height important to you?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Would you rather be your height or mine?
Mine.
Absolutely. Everybody would. You see any other differences here? Color. Sex. Sex. Is sex important to you? Well, let me put that on my. Is the fact that you're male important to you?
Yes.
Yes. Are we alike on the inside?
Yeah.
Oh, we are? Can you get cancer of the cervix?
No.
Can I get prostate cancer? No. Does that make a difference in the way we're treated? Absolutely, it makes a big difference in the way we're treated. Sex is an important difference. Height is an important difference. You see any other difference here? Age. Would you rather be your age or mine?
Mine.
You want to get to be my age? Now, that's the ignorance of youth talking, people. He has a lot of things to worry about that I don't have to worry about anymore. Age is an important difference. They're trying to pass legislation in the Congress of this country to allow us to withhold medical attention from those over 75 because they are no longer productive members of society. How many of you have a parent or a grandparent who is over 75? How many of you would want medical attention withheld from that person on the basis of their birth date? Now, people, you need to be aware that if they can do it to people of color today, they can do it to the aged tomorrow. And all of you will have to worry about that someday if you're very fortunate. See any other differences here? Glasses. You talked about height and age and gender. You see another difference here that's important? Color. Yeah, see, nobody wants to say the C word. It used to be the C word was condom. You couldn't say that one. Now you have to say it because it will keep you alive. But now no one wants to say the C word as color, because we have a president who says, I think what we need is a colorblind society. Now, folks, when you hear somebody say that, you know you're listening to a racist. Because what he is saying is there's something wrong with this person's color. Mm-hmm. So we just will pretend
that
he
would be
isn't
Bill
this color.
Clinton in 92.
Has anyone ever said to you, when I see you, I don't see you as black?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many of you people of color have had that experience?
Well, you know what happened? Can I share this with you? You all, Jane and you all? I have a neighbor of mine who was a farmer, and I have some sheep, and I have a lot of black sheep. And sometimes when you have the black sheep turn white. I don't know how the hell they do that, but Anyway, so my neighbor who's a farmer said to me not too long ago, he says, you know, I don't understand. All your black sheep stayed black. And I said, yeah, I guess because they knew they were in a black family. And he said, and my farmer neighbor who happens to be a white man said to me, oh, you're not black. You're just a neighbor. I go, I most certainly am black. But that was his way of saying, you're not like what I think other black people are. So I understood that's what he was saying, but that's
Is your
what you're
color
saying.
important to you?
Yes.
Absolutely. White folks, listen to that. Color is important to people of color. But it's also important to white people. It has been negatively important in this country for 500 years. When you start seeing it as a positive, then white people will begin to say, well, now let's not deal with it that way, because then that will mean there's something wrong with us because we are colorless. Color is an important difference, folks. We are not the same on the inside, not only because we're different male and female. Black psychology isn't the same as white psychology. It doesn't mean it's better or worse. It's just different. Differences need not be seen as negative. They are positive. They are valuable. Folks, forget the melting pot theory. It would never work. It shouldn't have to work. It ought to be all right to be different. It ought to be all right for us to be male, female, tall, short, fat, thin, old, young, black, white, brown, yellow, whatever. The differences are important. Think of this country as a salad bowl. How many of you make salad by throwing the green peppers, the red peppers, the tomatoes, the lettuce, the celery, the onions into a blender, blending them up, pouring them in glasses, and passing them around with various kinds of dressing? You want all the components in that salad to maintain their flavor, their shape, their size, their texture, their color, because it makes for a more interesting whole. This audience is a very interesting group because of the differences. It really bothers me when I talk to all white groups, because, folks, there's no such thing as an all white group. You all have the same great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparent back there 280,000 years ago, and she was a black female. Why the Max Society? I was taught how to be a racist at birth. I know how to be a racist. I hate it. I hate the fact that when I read an article in the paper about a crime, I immediately think, God, please don't let it have been a black person who did it. Because immediately I will get a call from somebody saying, well, one of your people did it again. I'm a racist. I was infected with racism at birth. I want to get over it. It is going to take me the rest of my life to get over it, but I can do it. But I have to choose to do it. I choose to do it. Now, colored Band-Aid. Now, put your hand out here, please. On which of our hands would that flesh-colored Band-Aid be insignificant? It would be more noticeable on his. Why?
Because it's not flesh-colored.
Because this, according to the manufacturers of flesh-colored Band-Aids, is not the proper color for flesh. And when you say to a person of color, when I see you, I don't see you as black, what you're saying is, you have this deformity. And I'm going to pretend that you don't have that deformity. And then we will be able to relate to one another if we pretend that you aren't black. If I have to pretend he isn't black, what does he have to do? Pretend he isn't black. So then we have to agree to be insane together for a while.
See, why aren't you sold on love?
We have had love in this country for 500 years.
All right. That one was okay. It was. I'm gonna put this in the chat. There's tons of stuff on her. Okay, here's the clip I was looking for. This is part one.
I'm so excited about my next guest. She says, you know, all white people are raised with some racist beliefs, even though they may not want to admit it. That's what she says. Jane Elliott says it's possible, though, to recondition racist beliefs. Jane is a former teacher and nationally recognized expert on race relations. And I don't know, but many years ago, when we were still a local talk show here in Chicago, Jane was on the show. And we did, those of you in Chicago might know this, those of you watching Chicago, we did an experiment with Jane that she's done this for many, many years. She's done it for corporations and universities across the country. It's the blue-eyed, brown-eyed experience, or blue-eyed, green-eyed experiment, where you have explain the experiment, Jane, please.
You separate groups according to eye color, and you place those who have the wrong color eyes in the position in which we place minority group members and women in this society, and gays and people with disabilities. And most of the people that I work with are white, so-called adult males. And those blue-eyed white males, when they are placed in the situation in which they are treated the way women and people of color are treated in this country, react exactly the way women and people of color react in this country.
They get angry.
Angry. I have been threatened with death numerous times. I've been hit by a white male during this exercise. I've had a knife pulled on me. And these are all white males who say they wouldn't have a problem if it happened to them. And they can't understand Los Angeles because they don't know why those people are so angry. Last winter, we were invited to a card party in the town in which I live. And
so she's talking, this is 92, so she's talking about the LA riots.
In 1968, I did this exercise in a very informal way with a group of Rotarians in that same town. I was sitting at a card table, and an older man came up to me, and they started to introduce him to me. And I said, I've known him for years. And he said, I remember you. I've never forgotten you, and I've never forgiven you either. I said, what'd I do? He said, I have blue eyes. I said, oh, you're a Rotarian, aren't you? He said, yes, and I've never forgiven you. The man is over 75 years old. He went through that experience for 15 minutes at a Rotary Club luncheon. And he has never forgotten it in 24 years. He is still angry. You tell me about anger. That's 15 minutes and he's still angry.
And what happens in the experiment?
Well, I would you too. That you have those green eyes. That's the problem you're having, the trouble you're having with your daughter. Because you have those green eyes and you aren't as smart as brown-eyed people.
There we go. White fragility.
His boy's reaction, he goes, excuse me, do you think he's a little angry? That fast. You see, white folks are really super sensitive.
What'd you say, Ron? What'd you say?
I said, where's your proof that brown-eyed people are smarter than blue-eyed people?
I tell you, brown-eyed people. You just listen. Now, this is going to be an effort for you. That's going to be an effort for you because you aren't accustomed to listening. White males are accustomed to telling things; they're accustomed to listening. Now, brown-eyed people are responsible for the fact that you have electricity. Many of the components for generating and transmitting electricity were invented by brown-eyed people. Brown-eyed people gave us our alphabet. Brown-eyed people gave us our numeration system. Brown-eyed people gave us the paper on which we write these anonymous letters to me that tell me that brown-eyed people are inferior. When you go home, you people do not pray for me, particularly you. Don't you pray for me. Because I don't have to worry about that. All of a sudden, you ain't going to pray for me. Now, brown-eyed people are the ones who originated or who founded every major religion on this earth. No white people have ever founded a major religion. Now, you need to realize the contributions that have been made to society, to civilization, by brown-eyed people, by people of color. I'm talking about people of color here, folks. And most of us are not aware of those things because we live in a racist society and because we are educated by a racist school system that only teaches us about white contributions. And that's a fact. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. If we would start telling the truth in schools, we would not have racism. We could cure racism in this country. Somebody said, I heard somebody in the green room say that racism is inbred. No, it is not. Racism is not part of the human condition. Racism is a learned response. You have to be taught to be a racist. You are not born racist. You are born into a racist society. And like anything else, if you can learn it, you can unlearn it. But people like this choose not to unlearn it. because they're afraid they will lose power if they share it with other people. We are afraid of sharing power. That's what it's all about. That's the reason men won't share power with women, because they are afraid they will lose power. People, if we would share power, we would empower many people so that we would all be more powerful.
Well, this is a point, Ron. Ron was saying he doesn't know whether that's prejudice or not because he doesn't want it.
Myself, I don't know if it is. I mean, is that prejudice? Is that racism?
Of course it is. Of course it's racism.
In your point
if you
of view.
were, hey, in the point of view of most people who understand anything about racism, if you were born, raised, and educated in the United States of America, if you weren't a racist, you'd be a miracle. You don't look like a miracle to me.
Other countries don't have racism.
Other countries do have racism. Absolutely,
You're
other
here,
countries have
America
racism.
this, America that. We're born in a racist society. That's fine and dandy, but what I'm getting from you is that we're the only ones that are racist.
Did I say that?
But that's the impression I'm getting from you.
You choose to get that impression from me. Not everyone is getting that impression from me. You do because you want to.
So
That's a
making an
choice you're
assumption on
making.
your part.
You're making an assumption that will defend your position. It's an indefensible position.
You're not the person that says because white people like chocolate and chocolate milk, they want to be black, are you?
I think you said that. You didn't hear that from me. Did you hear me say that?
No, at some other time, at another program.
Do you really think I would say that?
I don't know.
You see, what we're dealing here with is mental illness. Racism is mental illness. Racism was defined by the President's Joint Council on Mental Health in Children in 1959 as being the #1 mental health problem among children in the United States. And they didn't say among black children, they said among children. If you judge other people by the color of their skin, by the amount of a chemical in their skin, you have a mental problem. You are not dealing well with reality.
Now, let me say, this is what I found every month when we do a show about this, that the majority of people who are not of color, white people, always say, but I don't think I'm prejudiced. Even just Gloria said it earlier, but I don't think I'm prejudiced. When we come back, I think what needs to be explained is, okay, everybody is prejudiced. Everybody is prejudiced. And I think the reason why people say, white people in particular say, I'm not prejudiced, is because they're afraid somehow then they're going to be judged because they are prejudiced. I think that if at least the country could just tell the truth about ourselves, if you could just say, yes, if you have to recognize that you are prejudiced before you can begin to change it. When we come back, we're going to tell you why you are prejudiced and how to stop teaching it for your children.
Couple more minutes. 30 seconds, one more minute.
It's trying to teach racism through the brown-eyed, blue-eyed experiment, and already the blue-eyed and green-eyed people in this building alone are upset and want you to explain, Jane, that what you were saying to him about brown-eyed people and blue-eyed people is not true.
No.
But
his eye color has nothing to do with his ignorance.
Right. Because already in our bill, in Harpo, people are saying she needs to say, because blue-eyed people, there's nothing wrong. It's an experiment. It's yes. Okay, so Jane, what I think we also need to explain, and I think.
So that just gives you a little snapshot of you guys. If you guys haven't seen Jane Elliott before, it is very eye-opening, and I got to be honest. And if you grew up the way that I grew up, it's a lot to process and it's a lot to take in. And truth will set you free. But first it's going to piss you off. So she pisses off a lot of people. She speaks the truth, and yeah. So Christmas is coming up. Just FYI, you guys, Jesus was not white and he did not speak English. Ponder that. Every depiction of Jesus is a white guy or slightly tan. that flesh-colored Band-Aid. See, racism is subtle. You know, the Crayola crayons, I'm 54. The Crayola crayons had a flesh color crayon that was kind of peach. Yeah, so she's got like hour-long videos on YouTube with the blue-eyed, brown-eyed experiment where she separates the people and she treats the blue-eyed, green-eyed people like crap, and they revolt. And they get pissed. And it's a really interesting experiment. Thank you very much, Jelly Bean, for the PayPal. I'm just seeing it now. I don't know if you're still here. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap it up. We're just over the 2-hour mark. Just wanted to come in, touch base, and say hi to everybody, try to recharge everybody's batteries for the holidays. Like I said, families like fish. They're good for 3 days. Get in, get out. And everybody have a good holiday season. And hopefully I will be live out with the police in between Christmas and New Year's on at least one occasion. It is going to be raining, and I'm a major pussy when it comes to the weather. It's like 50 degrees out right now. I'm like freezing. And if it's raining, like I don't have the shoes for it. Like when you've lived in Southern California for 30 years, you are an honorary native. And I mean, like 50 degrees is like 40 degrees is freezing. 35, are you kidding me? And I grew up in a 4-season climate outside of New York City, but I mean, you get out here, your blood gets thin, baby. Gets thin, thin, thin. So, Costco has boots? No, not really. Costco. So, so you guys are awesome. Thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate everybody. We got another video that should be going up tomorrow. Thanks for giving the YouTube shorts some love. Like I said, it sends the YouTube algorithm out to an entirely different group of people. The shorts are being recommended to people way outside the 1A community. So yeah. So yeah, that's not true. John Connolly, why are you here? Are you one of the LAPD that's job is to sit here and screen grab every one of my live videos? I love the people that come here and are like, you see, I hate you guys. I don't like what you guys are saying. We don't have to stick around. I am wearing shorts. Ross Kahn. I just don't understand. Exactly, man. Like, I don't understand why somebody comes in here and just like, you got to be some kind of glutton for punishment to just sit in here and like be like, I hate all of this stuff. I've been here 2 hours and 11 minutes. Oh, Jesus was brown and he didn't speak English. So yeah. Yes, Costco shorts. Miss Maylin. Look at that belly. It is leaving. It is leaving. I'm down 40 pounds. I am headed for another 40 pounds. And yeah. You want to get a second opinion, like a doctor's office? It's a good point, Matt. Yeah, intermittent fasting. John DeNicola, happy holidays to you. Are those James Freeman shorts? No. Intermittent fasting and keto. Oh no, those legs are super white, bro. I'm half Slovak, half Irish. Oh, also, I did my 23andMe genetic testing and found out exactly where in Ireland. A little bit of Scottish, Sapien Haggett, a little bit from London. I did not know we were from London or Scotland. I knew Irish for sure. From the southwest, kind of like near Cork. And then the Slovak, which is also some Ukraine, some Polish over there, that whole kind of region. And it shows where mankind was spawned. Guess where mankind was spawned, kids? We heard it earlier with Jane Elliott. Central East Africa. That's where we all originated. So, listen, my DNA was already on file. If you guys don't think your DNA is like, people, wake up. Okay, I didn't realize this. All right, let's talk about, you guys want to talk about diet for a little bit? I did not realize that almost every salad dressing that you buy over the counter in America, I don't know about overseas, Sapien Haggis, please chime in, are made with bad oil and they're awful for you. And I am under the delusion as a dumb American. I think, well, a salad's got to be good for you, so does the salad dressing. All the salad dressings, if you don't make them yourself, they're all horrible. Also, you guys want to all right, hold on, I'm going to show you something else. On salad dressings and oil, especially if you're the only oil that you should ever be using is olive oil. You should not be using canola oil, corn oil, vegetable oil. No vegetables were harmed in the making of vegetable oil. I didn't know this until about 60 days ago. I'm just going to run this live stream out until motherfuckers, so there's a 0 count. We're at 123 right now. Okay. Here we go. Come on. This is a TikTok. Listen to the audio. Come on, man. Seriously? What is wrong with TikTok? Talk amongst yourselves. Come on, dude. This. Nope. Wow, that is not working. Unbelievable. All right, hold on. One more try with a different. Here we go.
In your food. These are not real food products. These are products made in factories. These are products that require heat and chemicals and high pressure to extract what little oil there is.
The heat and chemicals used in the manufacturing process oxidizes these delicate seed oils. When you eat oxidized vegetable oils like soy, canola, corn, and safflower or sunflower, they create free radicals throughout your body that are highly inflammatory and known to cause heart disease and cancer. Why are we always trying to eat more antioxidants? To combat free radicals like the ones found in refined vegetable oils.
And then they're used by restaurants in the most carcinogenic way possible. They heat them, reheat them, cool them off, heat them again, and use them for a week. So switching to vegetable oils or seed oils was totally a terrible idea in the first place.
One researcher from the University of Minnesota went to a variety of fast food restaurants in her neighborhood and purchased French fries, and then took them back to her lab for testing. She found numerous compounds of toxic aldehydes in the fries. Aldehydes are known to cause gene mutation, alter RNA and DNA, and trigger massive inflammation in the body.
Vegetable oil is highly toxic, and anyone who advises people to eat vegetable oils is also giving misinformation.
I tell my clients to avoid the industrial seed oils as much as possible.
Vegetable oils belong in the engines of cars, not in your food. Refined vegetable oils are one more reason you should avoid fast food and processed food. If it comes in a bottle or a box, it probably contains vegetable oils, from crackers to cookies, mayonnaise to salad dressings, baby food, and even baby formula.
First, I'm going to give you my PayPal for you to send me $20. I live in North Hollywood. Come by my place sometime. You'll see the Rainbow Coalition that is North Hollywood and Los Angeles. So, yeah, that one didn't work out real well, did you? For you. Also, I did not realize that orange juice is some of the worst food that you can eat because it's pasteurized. So it's all of the actual nutrients are cooked out of it. All it is glorified sugar water. I didn't know that till about 2 weeks ago. I mean, fresh squeezed orange juice is a whole different thing, but the Tropicana and the Minute Maid, any of that stuff that's pasteurized. So, okay. Remind me on that one, Mega 502. Thank you. Yeah, and it's just empty calories. I mean, there's no real nutrients in it. So I mean, it's no more egg rolls. There you go. Thank you. Dirty Farming has a Pirate Bay icon. So Belle watches they're vloggers, and they have these videos are like 3 hours long, and they literally take a Big Mac meal with large fries and a large Coca-Cola and break down the ingredients of that meal, a Big Mac, large fries, and a large Coca-Cola in the United States versus the UK. And in the United States, there's like 47 ingredients, and in the UK, there's like 7 for the same exact meal from the same exact chain. So oh my God, you guys. Yeah, I'm just doing one meal a day. I mean, the intermittent fasting, there's different kinds of fasting that you can do. And you can start out with the 18-6 where you fast for 18 hours and then you got a 6-hour window to eat. I did that one for a little bit. So oh, there we go. The bandwidth started. There we go. Back. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, no, the McDonald's French fries have, I think, 16 different ingredients, mostly on the outside that are sprayed. They're sprayed with sugar is one of the ingredients that they spray the McDonald's French fries with, so that when they go into the oil, they come out looking brown and tasty. But yes, you are correct, Snap Phase. That would change soon because the EU are enforced. What do you mean, Sapient? That the EU is going to get worse, or that the American is going to get better, or the American's going to go? I don't follow where you're going with that. You fast a week out of the month. That is amazing. Listen. Okay, so there's something called autophagy, which is where it's like survival of the fittest for your cells, and your weak cells will die off when you fast, and it's your good cells, and you can kill off cancer cells too, which is something. And they're talking about these 7-day fasts as being like life changing, and I'm like, I don't know if I could. I can barely do. I think I did like 36 hours, which was the most, and I think I was losing my mind. So, please tell me if there's any tricks other than being in a medically induced coma. Exactly, Lily. Okay. So the whole idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day is total bullshit. And of course, people from India have been doing intermittent fasting for like 2,000 years, like America is crazy. Yes, to caramelize in the oil, the sugar. Yeah, no chicken were harmed in the making of chicken McNuggets. Yep. Chuck just spitting facts here tonight, man. Yeah, if you're buying food, like didn't they say that they could be processing meat in China for human consumption, like chicken? Baby. No. NFW. Actually, did they McDonald's used to use lard. I worked at McDonald's in high school in like 84, and we used lard, and then they changed over to healthy vegetable oil or something. I forget what it was, but you're better off with lard. Oh, we are not under EU guidelines now, out of the EU, and so you can. Oh God, no, no, no! Insert the Office clip. No, no. Yeah. See, but also what I didn't realize is that, okay, so what people don't realize, and Ross, you can understand this as being a nurse, is that every time that we eat, we spike our glucose. And when we spike our glucose, we spike our insulin. And so every time we eat, glucose, insulin, and then glucose, insulin, and then the insulin just kind of stays there after a while. And then we hit glucose, and then we need this much insulin. And then we wind up becoming insulin resistant, which is where I was with the belly fat and the fatty liver. You can tell if you're insulin resistant if you look down and you've got a fucking gut. If you can't see your fucking shoes, you're insulin resistant. So what fasting will help you do is just drop that insulin level all the way to like a baseline. But if you keep snacking, you're just going to keep spiking your insulin and you're not going to really get anywhere. So, good on you. But as Americans, we snack all the time. Yeah, I've seen the results of the Jenny Crank diet. It's not pretty. Loss of teeth, loss of family, friends, bank accounts. So, I've never had it, but I think it's a great alternative. I mean, the meat industry is absolutely unsustainable for the planet's population. I mean, it is not going to be. So I watched this guy, his name is Thomas DeLauer on YouTube. I call him Boy Massive. He's like this like cover model, like totally ripped, like great looking guy, but he's just got the fucking like 8-pack, and he's been on intermittent fasting and keto for like 10 years and stuff. And he has some really great videos on YouTube. Actual real world videos. One of the best videos which I've always wanted to know is, how do you eat clean on the road? If you're driving to your in-laws for the holidays and you're on the freeway and you stop at a rest area and you have the choice of Arby's, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and those are your only options, how do you eat clean at all of those places? And he goes and breaks down each of these restaurants of what you can buy, what you can eat, and what you can't eat. And what I didn't realize is that he's like, there's really nothing at McDonald's other than maybe the quarter pounder. But he said that In-N-Out Burger is 100% beef, and the cheese is actually cheese, unlike McDonald's, Burger King, or some of the others. But that's the kind of real world. And he also has a how to shop at Costco. What is keto friendly and what? And I'm like, I'm all ears. And he goes through the ingredients and he's like, no, even though this says it's supposed to be healthy, it's not. It's got this thing's a carcinogen, blah blah blah. So he's got some really great real world advice, and been watching him quite a bit. Yep. Where did I find my keto information? Mostly I've been drinking like apple cider vinegar daily. There's a guy named Dr. Berg. I'm gonna pull up Thomas DeLauer, like
Hey, so you're interested?
All right, it's a 25-minute video. It's the basics of intermittent fasting. Thomas DeLauer, aka Boy Massive. All right. Complete keto guide. So there's a lot of different, everybody's got their own people that they like to watch and stuff. So Sticky Ross. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Any sentient beings? Yeah, I don't like I love In-N-Out. I just hate the line is always ridiculous, and they're just like weird. Don't bring your religion into capitalism. It's a bad thing. Actually, interestingly enough, do you think you like me? I haven't seen you here before, but welcome. Interestingly enough, and this was shocking to me, and I found out that if you have indigestion or an acid reflux, you should drink apple cider vinegar. You should drink acid. Because what is happening is, and Ross, I don't know if you've ever heard this, what is happening is you don't have enough acid in your stomach to break down the food. That's the reaction that you're feeling. So you should drink acid, not antacid. Mind blown. I get an upset stomach with the keto, and I get indigestion, and I drink a glass of 2 fresh squeezed lemons and apple cider vinegar and like a little dash of stevia. It's gone. My acid reflux is gone. It could be a placebo. But I think all the alkaline drinks are, your stomach is supposed to be an acidic environment to break down shit. Fuck James Freeman. You bring up any other auditors in your band. I'm just kidding. Well, and that's a base. There's acid and base. And yes, I'm telling you, man, drink acid, not like window pane. Oh, he's way cooler. He's way better looking, sexier beard. I mean, I've just got this like kind of homeless, hipster or homeless scruff going on. Yes, if sugar, the linked visions, thank you, and I haven't seen you here before, and welcome. If sugar were discovered today, it would be classified as a poison. No, I'm not a doctor. Absolutely, Dennis. Mountain Dew actually has some it's not carcinogens, but it's got somebody remind me of what Mountain Dew has. It's not good. It is not good for you. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but they're there's some really not good things, especially in Mountain Dew. So chlorine dioxide. Nope. What about dihydrogen oxide? Have you ever tried that? Oh yeah, no. And actually, ketchup, all ketchup has high fructose corn syrup in it. Ishmael, what's up, man? Exactly, Sarah Tay. That's why it's the same color as antifreeze. I think it's like a mental. Yeah, I would look into it, man. Like I'm telling you, like I've been on some of these YouTube channels where these people are telling, like, I'm like, oh wow, man, like bananas. Yeah, don't even get me started on PFOAs, which is a perfluorooctanoic acid. I used to sell cookware, Sapien. So what's interesting, and we don't need to get into a fucking debate, is that the problem with the PTFE, which is polytetrafluoroethylene, which is in most nonstick cookware, PTFE is inert. And they use PTFE for heart stents and so forth. It's when you heat PTFE is when the PFOA, the perfluorooctanoic acid, gets released, and that's what kills your fucking birds, and that's when you overheat your fucking Teflon pan and you fucking and the problem with PFOAs, or also known as C8, because it's got 8 carbon molecules in the chain, it is persistent. It is never detoxed out of the blood. I think there's like tribes in the Amazon that are there. There's almost no blood in humankind that does not have Teflon. And there's a lot of other, like Scotchgard is Teflon. There's a lot of others, Gore-Tex, a lot of like things that resist not just food, but the PTFE and the PFAS are used in a lot of other products. So, but C8 is in everybody's. Yep, forever chemicals. They never go away. Actually, interestingly enough, and Ross Kahn, you can back me up on this. My elderly mother, who's no longer here, when she was probably 88, and she's getting cataract surgery, and she almost died from drinking too much water. She had no more salt. She had flushed out all the salt in her body, and she had just had one eye done on for the glaucoma or whatever. And so they were doing the other eye like 90 days later. And my sister, who's a nurse, was like, why do they have, I don't know why they even have to do blood work. I mean, it's only been 90 days. And they tested her blood work and they were like, you are so low on salt. So bananas. I forget exactly what it's called when you die of water intoxication, of lack of a better term. Lily Rose, you don't like my mother too much? That's really fucked up. That's really not cool. Yeah, cast iron's good. You know why people say that cast iron reminds them of grandma's home cooking? Because grandma's home cooking is still stuck in the pan. Yes. Oh my God. Snap phase. I hope you don't get out much. I don't know. Lori. All right, you guys. Water intoxication. Yeah, I think there's a more of a medical term, but yeah, that's, I mean, which is totally bananas. Okay. Also, another thing is I've been tested for gluten intolerance and celiacs and so forth. My doctor says I don't have, I'm convinced I have celiacs. Um, did you know that there is not one Campbell's soup in the United States that is gluten-free? Meditate on that one tonight, kids. Not one. That's good, Snapface. The world thanks you. Stay home. Lily, what Jane Elliott was saying was that if you graduated high school in America, you are a racist because we are taught the entire system is about white supremacy. So no judgment. It's just that, I mean, all we heard about was how great fucking white people were in history. You know, black people get February for Black History Month and we throw them a bone. Mike D, what's up? Thoughts on Himalayan pink salt? Yes, very much so. And which you can buy at Costco. There's over 30 different types of minerals in there. That is a great salt. Also, one of the things that happens when you do keto is that you lose a lot of electrolytes because of the water and your kidneys and liver processing. So you need to be taking in salt and potassium. And Thomas DeLauer recommended that the Himalayan pink salt, sea salt, and also cream of tartar, which has some other electrolytes. Yeah, anything in a can. They just have so much what's the word I'm looking for? Preservatives. Kay Stevenson, what's up? Can liners with BPA. Also, one of the things, so, you know, because people would come up to me, so I was selling these nonstick pans and people would come up to me and be like, oh, this has that stuff that'll kill you. And I was like, you know, that stuff that'll kill you, the PFOA, that is on the inside lining of your microwave popcorn. Has PFOA. You know why it has PFOA? Because it acts as a barrier so that the oil and butter, and no butter was harmed in the making of real movie theater butter popcorn, so that the butter and the oil don't seep through the bag. They are lined with PFOAs, as are the wrappers for the McDonald's hamburgers and so forth. All of these things are lined with PFOA, which is different than BPA. BPA is like the stuff that they get on the receipts. Listen, they're both bad. Don't get me wrong, but they are a little bit different. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of soy. That's the best comment of the whole night. Drinkations and annuals. I don't know what those are. All right, that's the second best comment tonight. Planned obsolescence, Sapient. Thank you, Ross Kahn. I asked once, you will paint my kernels with butter, Johnny. Mike D, I have not seen that documentary. What is it about? Is it about vaccines? I'm guessing. That's a really good point, Steve Pineda. I have seen a lot of reports that there's no such thing as like. I mean, how do you know that something is organic? And one of the things that Thomas DeLauer and some of these, and actually a lot of the people that are talking about, if you're going to eat beef, you need to eat like, what is it, grass fed beef, you know, and but they're also talking about that if in the cow's lifetime, if the cow lives for 5 years and they feed it, they put it out to pasture for a week, they can call it grass fed. Like, I mean, so absolutely, I have no idea about organic foods, which is all the more reason to go to your farmer's market and talk to somebody that was actually out in the fucking field named fucking Jesus. But yeah, I think it's a total money maker, especially if you find out that Coca-Cola is the company behind it. You know they're full of shit. So actually, Real Pollyanna, the COVID's not going away. COVID is just going to keep mutating just like the flu, and we're going to need shots for it. So, you know, people are like, well, I had COVID before, so I can't get it again. Okay, well, do you get a cold every year or every other year? Yes, because why? Because it's a virus that mutates. Is there a different flu shot every year? Yes. Well, Johnny, I don't need to get a flu shot because the flu shot of 2021 was the strain from 2020. So it's not going to do me any good going forward because it's a year old. Who's going to do better on their immune system? Somebody that's had a shot that's a year old or somebody that's not had any shot? But I don't want to get into science here. Yes, I've seen that big skunk. Yes. Yes, they had brown crayons too, Lily Rose, but they didn't say flesh. The flesh colored crayons. I'm 54. I don't know how old you are or what they were before that, but the flesh colored crayons in 1975 were this color. Kim Sims, what's up? Are you allergic to eggs? Is that, or? Thomas DeLauer says that the Carl's Jr. beef is very good. I don't know if it's grass-fed, but he recommends it highly, as do another couple other people on YouTube that are fitness people and nutrition people, which I wouldn't have guessed that Carl's Jr. had the beef was as good as it was at Carl's Jr. But well, that explains a lot, Angel. She should be shaming white people for the way that we, for the last 400 years, have been. Never mind. That's a good point, Paradise Lost. I would agree with that, Sapient. Yes, first day. It's Hardee's. I don't know where the line is. I don't know if it's the Mississippi, like how all the radio stations are W as the prefix and all of the from the Mississippi East, and all of them from the Mississippi West are a K. So I don't know where the can somebody Google and find out where the Hardee's Carl's Jr. line is? Also, can somebody find out the difference between Hellman's and Best Foods, where that line is? And they use the same jingle. Bring out the best foods and bring out the best. No, I haven't seen that, Ogre. Well, that sucks. Thank you. Dude, I'm taking I'm not even shitting you. I'm taking 30 pills a day. I will PayPal $5,000 that I don't have to anybody that can tell me which 30 supplements I'm taking. There's no way. If you took 12 sheets of acid, you wouldn't be able to. You guys start list who, how many, who, all right, who takes the most supplements here? Oh, food pyramid's a total lie. Oh, mayonnaise is horrible for you. Yeah, I know red meat is not good for you. I understand that, but I love your channels. I love your chats, and well, I like you a lot, Johnny. Merry Christmas in chat, and good night. Good night, Ross Khan. Thank you for being here. I got somebody lurking over my shoulder. Hi, Sirius Black. Hi, are you wet? No, you're not. You were outside, though. You're a little bit wet. Doesn't sound like it's raining. Dude, it was raining pretty fucking hard here in North Hollywood for a while. I mean, I can't even imagine what the LA River looks like right now. Okay, I'm going to show you a video of the LA River from oh damn. Oh, snap. That was only 9 days ago.
Get back to our breaking.
All right. All right, hold on. This is only from 9 days ago. We had rain a little while ago, so this isn't even.
Breaking news, Jeff Nguyen is now live at the scene where 3 cars were swept in the LA River. Jeff, what can you tell us?
Look at that shit.
Hey, Leslie, so 2 of those cars are kind of wedged against that pylon right there. What I want to do as we kind of set the table here is I'm going to ask John Schreiber to push in. And as he does that, I'm going to stop talking for just a couple of seconds so you can get a
If you were in there, you are dead.
sense of how fast the water is moving here. You can hear from my mic as I stop talking how quickly the water is moving for just a second, okay? So that gives you a little bit of the sense of the intensity that's out here. We are told by the fire department that 3 cars were swept away.
So I guarantee you that's what's going on now, if not a greater. It's got to be even a greater volume. So yeah, it has. Yeah, Jen. Wow, exactly. It's been raining for 24 hours. Like, just stopped. Little bit of sprinkling in the last 3 hours or so since I've been on here. Why were they driving in the river? That's a really good question. They weren't. They just got washed away. I don't know. Well, actually, Sapient, because out of all the climate zones, Los Angeles is semi-arid, so which means we are a cunt hair away from arid, which is desert. So we are desert adjacent. And so what happens in the desert is when it rains, it floods and it erodes like all hell. I mean, not as much as the Grand Canyon, but the Grand Canyon is all from erosion from in the desert, 4 billion years worth. So in order to not have a Grand Canyon Part 2 along the Los Angeles River, that's why the LA River is concrete. Because I remember when I moved out here, I was like, that's not a river, and that is a travesty of nature to concrete in a river. And once you live here long enough and see the erosion that takes place, you go, oh, okay, now I know why they put concrete. No, Jen, wow, I've been like listening, like trying to take the dogs out for a piddle. Like I'm like, oh my God, there's a 4-minute window to I made my own Caesar salad dressing this week, which was so good. So good. You have Hardee's in Sacramento? That's bananas. I'm just happy that California is getting the volume of snowpack up in the Sierras, which is going to help in the spring when it thaws and incrementally refills the reservoirs. Yeah, all of the condiments that you're buying over the counter, man, it's all garbage, man. I agree, Sarah. Make your own. I've got a Blendtec. Yeah, the Willet blend. I got a Blendtec blender. I made everything in there with the anchovies and the garlic and yeah, and then they drain the reservoirs to make electricity. I mean, the Hoover Dam out by Las Vegas is at like all-time low. I mean, just dangerously low. I remember around 92, 93, I was living in San Diego, and they were saying that California had an 8-year drought, which meant that we would need to have 8 years of above average rainfall in order to level the playing field. And it was the 8-year drought was eliminated in one winter, the winter of like 93 or 94. It was just gone. I mean, there was so much water and snow that took place. So do a video on the vitamins you take. They're mostly supplements too. I don't really take a multi. Well, and if it's raining in Arizona, that means it's totally flooding. Well, unless you're in like Flagstaff. I mean, do you believe global warming is the cause of the weather change in this country? I think global warming is affecting things, but I also think that there's a massive amount of weather manipulation taking place. Oh, Rosscon is gone, right? Jen, wow, tell me about your three-way, the lingerie pillow fight with you and Rosscon and Polyglocks at lunch. You want to come on? I'll send you a link. You can come on the panel and you can tell me how big about dick size and stuff if he showed it. Oh, 100%. That makes a lot of sense. Oh my God. Look at that emoji though, Paulie. So I take boron, I take cayenne pepper, cinnamon. You're supposed to take cinnamon with every meal, or any snack will help to not spike your insulin and blood sugar as much. Yeah, turmeric with black pepper. What else do I take? Fish oil. And you got to be. Thomas DeLauer has an entire video on buying fish oil at Costco. I'm like, ah, unbelievable. Take magnesium, broccoli, sprouts, green tea. I've got gallstones too, so I've been taking some stuff for that. I don't take any CBD. Don't really have a need. Do you know where you were? My first live stream shot on YouTube. No. Morbe? Sapien, good to see you, man. Was I correct? Oh, also, I did not realize this, but spinach, raw spinach, is not that good for you. It's got some chemicals, not chemicals, but if you're supposed to cook your spinach to get rid of these certain things. I don't even know what I'm talking. It's fucking 1 a.m. I didn't realize that, but you're supposed to cook your spinach. Merry Christmas. Not true, Justin. Popeye spinach was in a can. So I think his canned spinach was already cooked. I'm just going out on a limb. I could be wrong. I often am. See, Snapface knows. Snapface, he knows a lot because he stays in. And Agreed. I can camouflage. No, I used to eat raw spinach too and salads and stuff like that. And I thought it was good for me. And I mean, not that it isn't good for you, but it's better. It's better if it's cooked. Anytime Jay froze anywhere where yellow tape comes out. And do they still even make raw? Do they still even make canned spinach? All right. I think I'm going to go. I'm getting delirious. I'm getting more delirious. And you guys want to see the dogs again? They're sleeping somewhere. Yeah, collard greens is a southern thing. I never even heard of collard greens growing up outside of New York City. All right, you guys. Hopefully we'll see you. Hopefully I'll be live cop watching between Christmas and New Year's. At least once. Where's my dogs? Dogs want to go and do piddle and go get a treat? Who wants to piddle and go get a treat? God, here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Oh my gosh. That's my brother. We're gonna go piddle. We're gonna go piddle. And go get a treat. We're gonna get a treat. Maybe. You know what we could do? Maybe. Let's see if. Hey, you know what? Maybe we could get some yogurt. Would you like Sirius Black? Do you like yogurt? I know Poppy likes yogurt. I don't know if Sirius Black likes yogurt. Sit. In your bed. Sit. Go sit down. Sit. Sit. Sit down. Lie down. Don't sit on your sister. Lie down. All right. Doggaroos. Yes, Poppy is small. She is a Boston Terrier pit bull. They're both 7. They're both rescues. Yeah, she looks like a people think she's a puppy. They think she's a pit bull puppy. But she's got that Boston face, that scrunchy face. Lie down. Yeah, she's still got cancer and whatever. She's got skin cancer, which is fairly common for dogs with that light pink skin. Oh, and here's my Christmas sweater for those of you that came in late. Ohio Guardian bought this for me. It's an ugly Christmas sweater. So all right. 3 hours, 12 minutes. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. And that's it. Have a good holiday.